It's a pleasure to meet you guys.
You as well.
Likewise, nice to meet you, Jeannie.
Yeah, such an awesome testimony story. I was watching it and just like, oh my gosh, I was at the edge of my seat, just wondering what was going to happen.
But
So,
next, I know.
so good. Um,
Thank
tell
you
us
for
about
watching.
wanting to tell. Tell us about wanting to tell this story.
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. Anybody.
sure. Yeah, I mean, this story had been percolating over at Sony for several years. Initially, Larry Postel, the screenwriter, had seen Cindy and Philip's story on the news, which was set in Fort Worth, Texas, many years ago, in early 2000s. I guess it was 10 years ago or so, and he
2004.
2004. So yeah. So he reached out. Oh wow, even more than that. So he reached out to Cyndi and said, "Hey, I'd like to interview you and write your story." And so he worked on that, and he wrote this screenplay that went to Sony, and then producer Doug Schaefer, who was a classmate of mine back in our AFI days, at the American Film Institute, had gotten a hold of the script and said, "Oh, I'd like to develop this with our team." And so they brought on Matt Antonelli, another screenwriter, and they worked it into a shape where it became a studio movie. And then I got involved last year, when I read the script, and I just couldn't put it down. It was just a page turner, mainly because it was a story of human struggle and someone who has been dealt many blows in life, and she basically decides, you know what, we're not going to be defeated, we're going to pick ourselves up, and I'm going to do this for my son. And she starts a charity organization that now, many years later, has become a started out with 5,000 blankets, and now is collects over 100,000 items a year and feeds the homeless and does so much more. So it's really a domino effect of a small movement that comes from a struggle. It's easy for one to feel sorry for themselves when something bad happens to them, but to take that and turn it into something good, that's a pretty powerful story. So I I just am humbled and grateful to have had the opportunity to tell the story and visualize it.
Yeah. And I pray that God will use it to inspire other people to be as brave as Cyndi was to do what she's doing. So Cyndi, it is a pleasure, really.
Oh, it's my
I'm
pleasure.
really
Thank you.
so inspired by you and just the way you love, I think is what really stuck out to me in watching the movie. Um, how you endured, with your husband and you never gave up and you just kept on. And then how God even touched your heart to open it up to others that may be in need. I would love to hear just about that, a little bit of your testimony, if you will.
Well, it all actually started with my son. I didn't used to be that opened up, I was kind of living in my own little bubble world, and everything was great, living the American dream, so to speak.
Right.
We had a normal American family, and then tragedy struck, and we lost everything, our house, our cars, my husband, Philip's father. It was just, but what I took away from that was when I lost all those things and I was living with my mom, and I didn't miss those things. It was
Wow.
really, yeah. And to this day, I still don't miss those things. I mean, I've lived a very, very, very simple life. Um, and I will continue to do so forever. My
Mm,
passion, it brought me to my passion. It was either I could either wallow in my depression and do nothing, or I could listen to my child and fulfill what he had in his heart. And then the more I got into what he was feeling and what he was trying to accomplish, it pushed me out there to places that I thought I would have never gone. And so he and I would venture out to these places, these unknown places that people don't see. or they turn their back on. And I just saw, I mean, it just exuded love and Christ, and it was just so, so beautiful because, I mean, Jesus, that's what he did. He loved, and it's the most powerful thing. When you feel that in your heart, it's just like, it's so hard to explain. Well, for some, in my way, it's hard to explain, but it's like they say that it's better to give than receive.
Yeah.
That is so true. And it's like, you know, we can get down to our last penny today. We do, I mean, we still do. We get down to, okay, we're down to our last penny. We can make our bills and that's it, you know. But God always has a way of coming through. And it's just so beautiful. We went 8 years ago, I had a dream to start a food pantry. So we ran a food pantry out of my garage.
Oh.
Yeah, for people in the community that, you know, they can either pay their electric bill or they can eat. And they have to choose. Well, they don't have to choose anymore. Pay your electric bill. We will feed you. And it's like,
Wow.
we don't always know where that food is going to come from, but it always comes. It's
Yeah.
just, it's amazing how God works that way. And doing this for 20 years, the streets, going down on the streets and being with my friends, that's my favorite place to be. It really is. I love it so much. It just brings me so much happiness and joy. And, you know, I can be so tired and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can go another day. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can push through. But, you know, God always has a way of lifting me up and pushing, saying, Cyndi, you can do this. You got this. You got this. It's like he's my cheerleader in the background saying, you got it. You got it. You got it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can sleep tomorrow. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works. And my son is right there in the midst of it all.
Still, so is he still actively
Very
participating?
active. Yes, he'll be 26 on Christmas Eve. And every Christmas, that's what we do. We don't celebrate Christmas in like the traditional way with gifts and stuff like that. We don't exchange gifts. Heck, I don't even put up a Christmas tree. I have little Christmas things that I've set out, but um, that's what we do on Christmas. Is we take the gifts that are given to us and donated, and we take those out and we gift those. But we do this all year long. It's not just a Christmas thing. I mean, we do it summer, we do it all year long. It's just it's constant nonstop for me, for us.
Yeah, that's amazing. So inspiring. Really, I'm like, I have no excuse. And you're in your garage with a food pantry. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love it. And it's truly the heart as a Christian. I know that that's truly the heart of the God that I serve. And just thinking of how Philip, that the innocence of the childlike faith, right? And he's just like, well, why don't we just go and do this? And it's now created all of this. So
Yes.
I'd like to ask, what do you want for people to get from the film? So I'll ask on the creative side first.
Okay.
As the
That's amazing.
creator, as putting it out, how do you Amin, is that how you say your name?
I mean, yeah, it's I mean, yeah,
Amin.
yeah.
Amin, yeah. Beautiful. I love that. How do you like see and visualize this movie kind of impacting others? And then Cyndi, if you can answer after him, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, from my standpoint, if first when we make the movie, you make it as a director, you're the ambassador for the audience experience, right? So you're making it, you're visualizing what's in your head, but you're also collaborating with your composer, with your cinematographer, with your editor, with your writers, of course, and your actors, right? Anna Camp and Carson Minier, and so it's not a one-person effort. It's like conducting an orchestra of humans, and then you get all these inputs, all these contributions artistically, and you shape it into this end product, and then you're no longer in control. Then it's up to the universe to do what it does with the movie. If the movie's a success or not is completely out of my control. But what I hope to achieve in that period where I'm working on the movie is to create an emotional experience for the viewer, and something that respects the audience's intelligence and their, gives them an earned emotion by the end of the film, through the journey of the film. In the middle of the film, there's, hopefully a few tears, a few things that stir
Oh
empathy in
yeah.
you as a
Oh
viewer.
yeah.
Yeah, and even when I'm making the film, I find myself kind of changing in the process,
Wow.
Yeah.
So and then you separate yourself from it, and then it's up to the universe, and it's completely, I do not try to force anything. I just hope that people love it and share it, and hope that it lasts. I try to make movies that last and not expire or just when it's at the box office. So hopefully people will see it in theaters December 12th and 13th, and then tell their friends, and then when it goes to streaming next year, that people can keep seeing it and sharing it and that sort of thing. So
Awesome. Cyndi, how about you? What do you want for people to take from it?
I want people that have been through the struggle of mental illness in their families to not feel so alone. I want them to watch this film and say, hey, look, we're not alone in this. We are not alone in this. And I think that's going to help them to not get into that depression. It's going to help spark a movement within themselves, within their families. And the homeless part of it, it's the same thing. I mean, you never know what that person's going through. I mean, they stereotype people, and I hate that. It really, really, and I don't like to say the word hate, but I don't like the fact that these people are stereotyped because they're human beings.
Absolutely.
And Jesus loves us all, regardless of who we are, what background we're from. He loves us all. And I just feel like that when what the greatest thing about this film, the greatest thing that I wanted to come from this film came from it. Because when I was on set, it was like one big, beautiful family. I mean, yeah, and I felt kind of inferior when I first got there. It's kind of like, wow, I'm around all these stars. I don't know how to act. But they just put their arms around me and loved me and made me feel like such a part of what was going on. And they would listen to me, and it
what's
was
your
just like,
story? I mean, we're all honored to be there with you, to be
it's
part
just
of.
beautiful. And then what the
It was really
director,
special having you on the set. It was really, really special. In fact, we filmed the first moment when I just randomly grabbed my phone when I heard that, oh, Cindy's on the set.
Yeah,
We were
I saw
already, I
that.
think,
I saw
third
that
day.
you guys shared this. You shared her
It's
and
in the
Anna
movie.
meeting, right? Yeah.
At the end, in the end credits, I grabbed that moment spontaneously when Anna was going out to meet Cindy. I was like, oh, let's put the wide lens and capture this moment. And cinematically, God had his lights ready with the
yeah,
flare on the lens. It
but
was a beautiful moment.
I
the
could see
cast,
it.
the
I
crew,
saw the
it
way
was like,
Anna embraced you, Cyndi. It was so
mhm.
warm. It
Yeah,
felt so genuine. That's awesome.
everybody. I mean, I'm talking everybody. People look at Hollywood as just being so snobbish, but this was
It's
like a God team. It's like God put this team together. I'm not joking. I'm being perfectly honest with you. It was like
Beautiful.
God reached out and said, he chose his players, and he chose the best of the best because
Wow.
their hearts were so in it. I mean, I so respect Doug Schaefer and Amin because they took it upon themselves. They know my heart that they hired homeless people to be extras, and they
Ah,
paid them so well. They paid
that's
them so well,
beautiful.
and they sat down with them and they had conversations. Yes,
That's
you're looking at
beautiful.
a director that's making a film, and he's sitting down with someone that lives on the streets, and he's having a conversation with this person, and it was just so beautiful. It was like they read my mind. without you having to say a word.
You know how that came to happen. I was walking with my dog. I took my dog with me from LA, and he started playing with another dog, and the owner of that dog, her daughter, um, uh, uh, ran a charity for the homeless in Fort Worth, where in Fayetteville, where we filmed. And we just started talking. I said, yeah, we were here making a movie about, this and that. And she said, my daughter's that. And so then she said, she called her daughter right there. She's like, hey, Amanda, her daughter, she said, they're making a movie about this and that. And she said, here, if you need anything. I said, actually, we do. We would like to hire real homeless people from the community, because their faces, you can't fake that, what they've gone through.
Yeah.
And you see it on there when Cyndi, Anna, goes down to under the bridge, and she's
Yeah.
about to meet Delia, and we captured their faces. These are not actors, these are real homeless
Yeah.
people who've gone through the ringer in their lives. Yeah.
I just thought
Wow,
it was so
that's
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah,
Isn't
it absolutely is. It's the heart of God, and I was able to see it as a viewer. I mean, Cindy's saying that this movie was everything she wanted it to be, so I know that must be a big compliment for you, because that's the real life woman behind it all.
Yeah, I
And
was
I just
nervous when
thank
they
you
said, okay,
guys.
Cindy's gonna watch the movie. Like, oh, here we go. I was excited because I knew we'd done something good, but I
Yeah.
was, and then she said she watched it like 7 times before I got to talk to her after that, and now she's seen it 40
Wow.
times.
Oh,
42
wow.
times.
42
42
times, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
and I tried everything to pick it apart. Everything. And it's so spot on and beautiful.
That's the biggest
Rob,
compliment. Well, guys, I thank you so much for your time. I pray
Thank
that you
you.
have a very Merry Christmas. And I thank you for sharing your story and for releasing this story during this time. I think it's definitely a great encouragement for all of us. So
yes,
thank
and
Thank
if you
you.
could
Thanks for
if
having
you
us,
could
Tina.
push people to fathomevents.com, they can actually go into 5,000 blankets and they can buy tickets in their area online just by putting in their zip code. They can actually go to Philip's Wish, our website, and it's
you.
on the front page of our website, and it pulls up the trailer and where you can buy tickets, and you just type it in and you can buy tickets through our website as well. And the other one is 5,000 blankets.
5000blanketsmovie.com.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. It has
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure. God bless you. Keep
Thank
shining
you.
your light out there.
Keep spreading
Thank
the
you.
word because this
Thank
is a movie that needs to
you.
be told.